In this video we're going to create our first assembly. This assembly will be of one of the wheels. The wheel is made up of 5 parts. There is a urethane part, which is in purple here. There is an internal wheel part, which we've modelled. There is a bearing on the left of the wheel, a spacer in the middle, which is hidden there, and if we rotate the model there is also a second bearing on the right hand side. To create an assembly, go to the application button and choose the option of new. We're going to create a standard millimeter IAM part, which is an assembly file. As you can see, it's denoted by 3 different blocks all joined together. Choose create and go to the top ribbon and choose the place option. On the drop down we have a choice of place from content center, or place iLogic component. In this instance we're going to choose place. Locate the parts that we need. First of all we'll start with the wheel part. Open the part, scroll out and click once. We only need one of these parts. We have the option to click again and again to create multiple parts, but what we'll do here is we'll press escape and then holding down F4 we're going to rotate this part so that it is in a more suitable position to assemble with. What we're now going to do is return to place and place the urethane part into the model. Again, click once and press escape. Return to place and bring in 2 bearings. 1, 2, and then press escape. Finally choose the place and bring in 1 spacer and press escape. We now have 5 parts in the assembly and we're going to now join these together. First of all we need to right click on the wheel and choose the option of grounded. What this has now done, this has grounded this part and all other parts will now move around this part. So as you can see we can click on each of these and move them, but we can't move the wheel itself. We're now going to join the parts together using constrain. With the pop-up box open we have a number of different options. We have mate, angle, tangent, insert and symmetry. In this instance we're going to choose insert. Insert will allow us to join together parts which have a central axis, which we can see with the dotted line in the middle of the circle, and it will also align an edge. If we chose mate, mate would simply join 2 surfaces together, and we need to create 3 mates, an X, a Y and a Z, to allow parts to fit together and are joined together. In this instance we're going to insert parts because parts will still revolve and move despite being joined in 2 ways. In the first instance we're going to use the polyurethane part and we're going to click on this very front edge, which also picks up the central axis. Click once. Return to the wheel and find the corresponding edge and the axis and click. As you can see they've joined together, but we need to actually align the part by clicking the align button from the pop-up box and select apply. What we've now done is we've joined the purple polyurethane part to the wheel. What we're now going to do is fit the bearing inside the wheel. Return to the constrain option, select insert, and in this instance we're going to choose this outside edge and the central axis, and from the wheel the inside edge and the axis. Again the bearing is on the wrong side, so we're going to flip it over by choosing the align option and click apply. If we look at what we've achieved now, we still have a part that spins round, which is the bearing. We have the polyurethane wheel attached to the wheel inside. And what we now need to do is we now need to move these parts to the other side, like so, by clicking and dragging, and then rotating the model around so that we can assemble them onto the other side. Firstly, we're going to fit the spacer. To do this, return to the constrain option, choose insert, and we're going to choose the outside edge and the central axis of the spacer, and choose the inside edge here of the bearing. Click apply to join these together. Our last step is to fit the bearing to the wheel. To do this, choose constrain, choose insert, select the outside edge and the axes of the bearing, the inside edge and the axis of the wheel, choose to align and click apply. What we now have are 5 parts which have been joined together in an assembly. The bearings can still move, but all the parts are now joined together, ready for the next stage.